Welcome back. I'm Laura Calder, and this is my husband Peter, with a great new haircut. And we're answering questions today, having a bit of a chat about things you've sent in to my website. Mostly it's from newsletter readers. You can get the newsletter at lauracalder.com. You can subscribe there, or you can just send in questions and topics here below.
First question is from Sarah, without an H. A few of my friends have taken up meditation lately and can't stop talking about it. I've tried, but I can't do it because my head spins. Do you meditate, or do you have other tactics for staying calm?
Am I calm? Sometimes, mostly calm. I'm not an expert in meditation, though. I took a meditation course a couple of years ago and made you do it with me, didn't I? And that involved 20 minutes in the morning and 20 minutes in the late afternoon, which I did religiously for 2 years.
And you got very good at it, and I thought it really helped you, actually.
Yes, it did.
It was really positive.
Good at that time. It works. But I don't have a problem keeping my head quiet, actually. Sometimes it's a bit too quiet in there. But an alternative, something I do now, is a certain yoga routine, which is more like a moving meditation, because you do the whole thing with your eyes shut and you just repeat these sequences. So that some people chant. I don't do that, but that's a way of being sort of passively active, that you're just in a repetitive thing, so your brain takes off on you. It's not that there aren't any thoughts in there, but they just sort of drift through.
I think there's a misapprehension about the idea that you can actually clear your mind, actually have your head empty. I don't think that's really possible. Your head is always doing something. I just don't believe that the goal is to have some kind of inner blankness.
No, I mean, I don't know what master people, meditators do, but things even like just you run, for example. If you go for a run, do you remember everything on your run, or are you gone in some other world?
Running is a good form of meditation.
Running is good. Walk, being in nature, anything like that. But I wouldn't stress about not being able to keep a clear head meditating. I think those other ways are just as good, and it's to each his own.
Okay, we can move on to Rachel. I'm a competent cook and baker. The trouble is that entertaining frazzles me. Any tips for less frazzle and more enjoyment?
We all get frazzled, I think. One of the misconceptions, it's not a misconception actually, everybody knows this, but for some reason a lot of food writers like to tell us the opposite. Feeding people is a lot of work. It takes effort, it takes energy, it takes time, and it takes money. To pretend that it's all quick and easy and, uncomplicated, stress-free entertaining, I don't think that exists. Anything worthwhile in life takes some effort.
Some effort, yeah.
The frazzled part, well, you have to be organized. I mean, like set the table before people get there, have an empty dishwasher, do what you can ahead of time, all that sort of thing, so that, say, half an hour before people arrive, you've got this.
You've answered this question a number of times, actually. People ask you it a lot. And I think one of the other things you say is little things like know where you're going to put the coats.
That's true.
Plan for the coat. Clean up your entranceway so that at least that part of your house seems tidy.
I think it's the last minute that's the frazzling part.
Avoid dishes that are à la minute, like stuff you have to do at the last second.
Yeah, that's right. You're not going to go fry individual steaks for 6 people. I mean, unless you're barbecuing or something. But, have one main dish that's done. The casserole is a wonderful thing. It should be revived.
I mean, there's lots of options for things you can just bring out. They've been kept warm, and they stay warm for a long time. Yeah.
But the other thing is that I find I get frazzled when I am having a dinner that I actually don't really want to be having. And there's some of those duty dinners you think, I really have to have so-and-so. Those are the tough ones. So invite the people you really want, and you should be enthusiastic about what you have to do. I'd love entertaining tips from other people, though, here, because we all need them, me included. Here's to a stress-free summer of entertaining.
Last one for this round is from someone who goes by the name Olive and Lemons. And it's a very straightforward question. In what ways do the French eat breads and pastries?
Well, that's a long one. It's interesting that they're both sacred things. I mean, especially bread, like wine, and cheese. It's emblematic for the French. It's become more interesting, I think, in the bread department, because it used to be really all white, and now there's, the sourdough thing has hit, and there are more grains and interesting flours. It's always on the table. You can sort of judge the meal to come by the quality of the bread, which lands first. If you taste bread, say in a restaurant, and it's really excellent, you can expect the rest of the meal to be good too. But if you get really crappy bread, then the standards are kind of low.
You basically have it with every meal. I remember getting teased in France for slicing my bread. People, they said, no, you tear it. You have to tear it. And that, anyway.
I remember once at a dinner, a baguette, which was whole on the table, rolled over. So it was upside down. And everybody gasped because it's supposed to bring bad luck or something. Pastries, I mean, I always wondered, who eats this stuff? Because there are patisseries and bakeries on practically every street, on every corner you can find this stuff. And I think, wow, that's millions of little tartlets being consumed every day.
I remember going to school in Paris, and my bus stop was in front of a patisserie, and I would eat a Napoleon, which is incredibly hard to eat from your hand.
Yeah.
Because all this cream shoots out the sides and everything. But it was my breakfast, often, or a croissant.
And kids eat something called le goûter, which is an after-school kind of snack. They get a bun or they get some kind of pastry like that. But otherwise, it's people pick them up and take them to dinner parties for dessert or on the weekend for a Sunday lunch.
But I think part of the question is, do the French sort of, oh my God, sugar, sweets, I can't touch that?
No.
They don't. I mean, they eat them happily at the end of the day without worrying about their
Although
waste.
there is a French woman's diet plan, which goes like this. Pas de pain, pas de vin. Or maybe it's the other way around. Pas de vin, pas de pain. No wine, no bread. If you want to lose weight.
Yeah.
Very boring. I don't know. I guess that's the answer. They eat a lot more bread than we do, that's for sure. And pastries too, I guess.
Do they always have it with butter? I mean, is that
no, for breakfast maybe, or in a 3-star restaurant. But in your average bistro, no butter.
Yeah, it's bizarre.
Anyway, thanks for your questions. And please subscribe to my newsletter on lauracalder.com. I hope you'll subscribe to this video series and come back and send in questions and topics, and we'll get to them in the next chat. Ciao.
Bye-bye.
Au revoir.
Salut.
Salut.
Salut. Ciao.